Hey everyone, thanks for joining us on another episode of a side-by-side interview. I am here with Mike Turner. He is the president and co-founder of LifeLink International. And Mike, it is a privilege to be able to do this interview with you.
Thank you, Avery.
So listen, I've known Mike for, I don't know, maybe 10 plus years or so. And this has been one of the greatest experiences of my life, been able to come and see this work here at LifeLink grow, see it mature, see it just become everything that it is. And so I figured what better time than when I'm down here in the middle of Ciudad Sandino than to grab some time with Mike Turner, walk around the community and just experience what it is to be down here, but also to interview you and just talk with you a little bit on just some basic leadership principles.
Great.
So one of the things I wanted to ask you is that everything I've seen here has been sort of birthed from the vision that God gave you. I'm able to walk into buildings that didn't exist, only in your mind,
yeah,
but they weren't there in the present. You've been able to just hold on to the vision that God's given you and watch it come to pass. If we could encapsulate that and put it in a bottle and sell that, people would actually be able to accomplish their goals, to do the things that they want to do. Talk to us about how you've been able to hold on to a vision until you see it come to pass, what that's like, and what the future of LifeLink is going to be based on that vision.
Okay, well, you know, you've been around here a long time, Avery, when we started this work. You know, vision's an interesting word because it's hard to define.
Yeah.
People have different definitions of it. You know, in our case, when we came to Nicaragua, we came down here because we were invited to come into a poor area and try to help the kids, just serve them. But we had no idea that we would have a school with 465 kids, you know, 9 years later, and soon to go to high school and have over 800 kids. So, you know, when you're talking about vision, I think the Lord put something in your heart. Sometimes you don't see the whole vision. We certainly didn't. We didn't think we would be where we are today 9 years ago.
Yeah.
So with that, I think you'd have to just kind of stick to your initial stuff, stick to the initial thing that you think the Lord is showing you, and then day by day, the vision kind of gets a little bit bigger, so to speak, or it gets a little bit more defined.
Yeah.
That's the way it kind of was with us.
So little by little, the Lord may not give you everything. Hola!
Oh, I want to. Oh,
this is one of our students.
Yeah. Hola, hola. ¿Cómo estás? Okay, bueno.
So, you know, like this, as you're walking through the community, I'm sure you never quite saw it looking like this, but what you're saying is as you're obedient to the vision, it grows right in front of you.
That's true.
So, do you think you would have jumped in had the Lord given you the full vision?
No. No. And normally the Lord don't do that. You know, we came down, we just started very small. We had no idea. None of these houses you see in the background here were here.
Yeah.
When we came here, this was all just woods. We came here actually 15 years ago, started the school about 9 years ago. It took us 5 or 6 years to even figure out what to do and what the greatest need was down here.
Yeah.
And the Lord had told me two things. One, what I'd had to go through to get where I am now.
Right.
I would have never done it.
Right.
Because I couldn't have handled I couldn't even comprehend what it has taken us from a spiritual, physical, mental, emotional, financial challenge to get where we are right now. So I think the Lord just gives you small bits, and then you got to be faithful. You got to persevere. You got to have passion, and then just move through it.
Now, surely there's been some obstacles to the vision. I know some of them I don't know. They're personal to you. How have you been able to keep going even though other people or other things have told you it's time to quit?
Well, I think the key is passion. You know, the Lord spoke to me some 20 years ago, and I was praying about, you know, what we were getting ready to come to the field. This is 1995, actually, so it was a little bit longer than that. And Lord woke me up in the middle of the morning, and I was just frantic about what I was doing. I had no experience. And the Lord spoke this to me. He said, when the passion on the inside of you is greater than the circumstances around you, the stage is set for greatness.
That's so good.
So I think that you have to keep the passion for what you do kindled. When you know, like I say, when the passion on the inside of you is greater than circumstances around you, the stage is set for greatness. So for me, I had to keep my passion going. There's various ways you do that. You know, various ways that you can, you know, keep passion. There's various ways that you can, you know, massage it.
Yeah.
But basically, you know, the work that we do here, I mean, these kids here, we serve these children here. These are the reason we're down here. That's the reason we're down here, is to give them a better life.
Now, I've heard you talk a few times about there are a lot of things that LifeLink doesn't do. We don't get involved in that. We don't get involved in that. We get involved in helping the children, so we prevent all that.
Right. Yeah,
So-
well, you know, a lot of people, the big key word now is rescuing sex trafficking
Yes.
kids and children. Well, we're doing that from the age of 3 up.
That's right.
We teach our children they don't have to do that, because education opportunity is what changes that. Many times the only thing that separates those who have and those who have not is education and opportunity.
Wow.
We just graduated all of our 6th grade girls, went into 7th grade, every single one of them. They're all, you know, have signed agreements of purity. They're not having sex. Nicaragua's got the highest pregnancy rate in Central and South America. Some 78% of girls are pregnant by the time they're 16 years old.
Wow.
So it's a real challenge down here. But you know, when you raise them up to know the Lord and tell them they don't have to depend on, you know, some guy on the street to feed them,
Right.
if they'll have sex with them, because you'll see we'll run upon girls down here 15, 16, 17 years old living with their family with children, 16, 17 years
Wow.
old. So we fight that before the fact. We don't have to rescue them then, we rescue them now.
Good.
And that's the difference. I'm for, you know, that type of work, but what we're trying to do is prevent it before it ever happens. And you do that through education.
That's right.
That's the way you do it.
What is based on the bit of the vision that you have right now, where's LifeLink going? What's the future look like?
You know, right now we got 465 kids. We're in 7th grade. When we get through our first high school class, we'll have over 800 kids in school. And once we have that, we'll start sending them to college. Our idea is to transform the community that we live in, the lives of the children down here that we're serving, and the nation of Nicaragua as a whole. Some of these kids will go to college, they'll get into political science, and one day they'll be involved in politics.
Yep.
You know, when the righteous rule, the Bible says the people rejoice.
Yeah.
When the wicked are in power, the people groan.
Yeah.
So what we got to do is get righteous people involved. We got to
good.
get righteous people involved in politics in the country.
That's good. So if we can start now, we're looking at changing a generation,
That's
the
right.
future of a nation, just based on what we're doing here at the school.
Yeah, I mean, our sponsorship is $38 a month. The only organization kind of is the standard for sponsorship is Compassion International. But
Right.
what people don't realize about Compassion International, they do a wonderful work. We sponsor Compassion Children,
That's
but
awesome.
they don't run schools.
Right.
They do after-school programs. We run schools. We have curriculum. We have, you know, uniforms, curriculum, food. We feed the children. So we have 30 some odd employees. So with that, it's a little bit different. So $38 a month to change a kid's life is a pretty good investment.
That is a good investment. Wow. You know, me and my wife sponsor a child. I think we sponsor 2 kids in a classroom. The other level of sponsorship that we don't hear about a lot is the missionaries themselves. You know, these missionaries, they have sponsors.
That's correct.
How does that work with your staff, your North American staff, when they come to be a part of LifeLink?
Well, you know, the way missions is funded is through individuals, churches, family members, people that support them. That's just the way it is. It was in the same way in the Bible in Jesus' day. People supported Jesus' ministry. You know, there's no organization. We do pay stipends to our people. We help in various ways. We provide all the infrastructure. We raise all the money for sponsorship. We build all the buildings. We fund everything. They are responsible for supporting, you know, their personal support, which they raise to live their living expense, so to speak. And they do that through the kindness of people, individuals, to come down and work. You know, I've worked as a missionary for almost 25 years now, and I've raised support the whole time I've done that. I raised support my own salary. The president and founder of this organization, I still raise my own personal support.
Wow.
Plus another $1,200,000 a year to run the organization.
Wow.
So that's just part of the process.
So if someone's looking to, you know, moving past the understanding of vision, I love everything that you said, but specifically talking about LifeLink and everything that you're doing here. If someone's looking to get involved, I feel like there's 2 ways. There's on the ground and there's from afar. The from afar is the sponsorship of the students, of the classes, of the missionaries, but there's also an element of here.
Right.
Talk to us a little bit about being here on the ground, short term, long term.
Well, we have different programs. You can do a 1 month to 3 month internship program down here teaching English. We do missionary training. There's short term missions. There's intermediate missions, and there's what we call vocational missions, where you actually choose this for 2 years or more to actually come down and work as a missionary.
Gotcha.
And we need some people.
Yeah.
I need people right now. We're very short-handed. This is tough work down here. You got to be called to do it. But you can contact, lifelinkint.org is our website. And you think there's information on there on Serve and Go. You can click right there. It's got information. You can feedback applications and things like that. So, people think this might be something. They could come down, do a 2-month internship program.
Yeah.
See if it's something they think they would like. They could do the training and put them on as missionaries.
Put them on as missionaries.
That's right.
Mike, I have loved being able to come down here for the past decade and see everything that you've done. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, man.
Thanks for talking with us.
All right, God
Appreciate
bless
it.
you, buddy.
For everyone, thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time. Bye.